Hi, so I wanted to give you a quick rundown of our new theme, the Pixie, and just kind of show you what it can do and how to install it and get it up and running. So what I've done here is I've taken out a brand new WordPress install on my server. So as you can see, if we go to the home page, you'll be met with something like this, most likely depending on what host you're with. This is just WordPress's 2017 standard theme. We're going to install right over this and remove it. So the first thing you want to do is when you have this is install your theme files. So if you go to Appearance and then Themes, you'll see here we currently have the 3 standard WordPress themes. Depending on your host, these may be different. You might have others, you might have less. Completely different. So the first thing we want to do is go to Upload, and we're going to install your frameworks file. So again, we go to Upload Theme and it brings this box up here. I want to select a file, and the file you should be given is called Unzip Me, the Pixie. So in here we have a copy of the Divi frameworks that your theme was built on. This does not come with a license for Divi, it just comes with the copy that you were built on, so there will be no issues at all with you running your theme, installing your theme, anything. You can customize it all you want, but if you do want to make like excessive amounts of updates, or there's any Divi updates that come up that you're interested in, you will need a license to update this. This can be found through Elegant Themes, and I'll add a link for it below. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add your frameworks. So we just want to select it and press the install button. So after a few minutes, this will load up. Right. So once this is installed, it's going to give you options here: live preview, activate, or return to themes page. So we want to return to the theme page because I want my frameworks installed, but I don't want it activated because I want our child theme to be activated with our design on it. So I'm going to upload another theme here, the Pixie, which is the design that we're wanting to add. Right, now once this is installed, this is the one we're going to activate. Here we go. So it says here, it's got the parent theme, which is Divi, and the version we want is currently installed, which is fine. If it comes up with an error there, then you will need to install the Divi one because you've just installed your theme file. And if it comes up saying style.css not found, it means you haven't unzipped your folder before you tried to upload it. So you're trying to upload the zip file with everything. So if we go to your demo, you will see that we have this, which just looks like standard Divi frameworks with nothing on it. So what we want to do is here on the left hand side, there's now an option for the Pixie. We go to Easy Demo Import, and once we click on this, we want to include everything that the theme comes with, and we want to install and activate the plugins it's recommending as well. So we go Import Demo Content, and this might take a few minutes because it's loading up the entire website. Okay, so now it's imported everything. You can see here that it's telling you what it's imported. Import complete. So if I go here back to our page and I refresh it, we should have a nice theme on here. Sometimes it does take a minute to sort itself out because we've just uploaded an awful lot to it. So if it resizes itself and it just takes a minute, then just let it be. But as you can see, we now have a lovely theme on here, and it is now yours to customize. So the next thing I want to do before I start customizing anything is if I scroll to the bottom, you will see something here that says please enter an access token for your Instagram feed plugins. So what this is saying is that we've installed everything, we've added our Instagram tool, but we've not yet linked our Instagram account. So I want to scroll down here on my menu, and I want to find the Instagram section. It's not there yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click to dashboard, and it will refresh all this and pull through our new plugins. Okay, so as you can see here, we now have GridKit, we've got WooCommerce, and we have an Instagram feed. So I want to click on this, and then I want to connect my Instagram account. So if I click on this, it might ask you to log in. It depends what your settings are and if you're already logged in on your computer or not. So I am, so it's just pull it through. So if I go and I refresh this, you'll see an Instagram feed show up, but we will want to edit this. So you'll see this loading, and then you'll see an Instagram feed show up like this, which is a little excessive for the bottom of a page. So we're just going to change it. So I want to go to Customize, And here you have the options of what you want your Instagram feed to look like. So I'm going to leave it the full width, and I'm going to take it so it is 10 photos across, and I want that 10 columns as well so they're not overlapping. I don't want any spacing between my images, and if you go to disable mobile layout, it just means it shows it up in the best way on mobile. If you don't tick that, then it'll show up kind of weird and almost put it like an image per row, and then you just get a really long footer. So we're just going to disable that. And I also want to turn off all these little ticks here that say show header, show bio, all this, load more buttons, follow buttons. I want to turn them off, and I want to save changes. So if I go here, like this is my header, and then if I go down here, we've got load more, follow, those buttons, I want them removed. So it's just my feed. So if I go here, yep, that's refreshed. So I refresh my page. My Instagram feed should be perfect. We shall see. Here we go. Yes, so here's what we've got now. Just a nice Instagram feed that's just flush with the page and suits. That's what we want. So I just want to go through a few customization options we have here on our page. So we're going to customize the home page. I'm just going to show you how we do that, and then you can go through, and it's the same for all your other pages. So if we go up here, enable Visual Builder, then here is where we will be able to move things about, add your own text, add your own images, whatever you like. So once this loads, you'll see this nice little loading button when we're loading our Visual Builder. Here we go. Oh, nope. Here we go. Right, so here's where, once we're in this section and you can see things are kind of showing up when you hover over things, here's where you can change things. So for example, I can highlight all this, and I can change the text. And click off it, and that's it changed. If we hover over buttons and things, if we press the little cog here, we can go in here and we can change the text this way. We can also change your button text. And you can also change the link. So right now this is linked to the About page. We can link this to wherever you want. So if I want this to link to the store, I just change that there. I can make it an external link, open a new tab, whatever you like. So I'm just gonna click tick there. And this picture here, we go to the blue section because it's the width of the blue. And we go to the settings for here, background, and you have your image here. So we can click on that and change it. If you go to your media library, you will have several lovely images to choose from. We've collaborated with Alyssa from Pixie Stock for this, so all the images you see on the template you can use anywhere you like. You can't use them out with the template, but you can put them anywhere you want on your website. So if I want this one for my header, I just click on it, upload it, wait for it to buffer and do its thing, and then press the green tick. So now I've changed my header image there. You can see how it kind of scrolls with the page a little there. You also have several options for this. So if we go back to our background, you'll see here it says use parallax effect, and it's set to true parallax. I can set it to CSS, which means it sticks to the background. So as you see, it sticks and everything else moves. Or I can just turn it off altogether, so it's just like a static image. So I'm going to keep it as a static image here, but you can do whatever you like with it. Now here is where we get a little more complicated with newsletters. So again, if I press the settings, I can change titles, I can change descriptions, but you will need to link your newsletter up here. So if you go to email account, there's loads of service providers here that you can choose from. I personally use MailChimp. So if I go to MailChimp and just press add, it will ask me to add my account name and my API key, which can be found in my settings in my MailChimp. Once I submit them, it will do this buffer thing, and I'll be able to choose a list that's on my MailChimp account as to where your signups go. So that's really good if you've got a list that gives a free download or anything like that. Just set that up, link it in, and you're all set. So again, you can save changes there. Sections like this, if you click on the settings page again and go to background, you'll see it's a color. You can click on that and you can change it. So these are just the standard theme colors that are in here, which really match these images. So if you're keeping them, that's fine. If you want to use the images, you can use these colors. You can also just drag and click around or add your own brand colors in. It's completely up to you. So again, with the buttons here, you can click on them, you can link them wherever you like. You can hover over this section here and you will see there's 3 columns. If we go to background and scroll down, column 1 background image, column 2, and column 3, so the background images can be changed in there. You also have a lovely section here for your about, which has just a lovely image. You can add a nice picture of yourself here, a nice description, whatever you like. All the text on this page can either be clicked on and typed in, or we can click off it, hover over settings and change it in here. Again, personal preference, whichever you prefer. Now, a lot of these images are put in as backgrounds, so they stick the same height as all your content, and you don't have like a little image here, lots of text, or a little bit of text in a massive image. So for example, if I was to take this off, it resizes. So as I've put this in as a background, you will have to go to your green section here and change your column 2 background to add the picture of yourself in. So I just want to change that to this one with the cup. There we go, all changed. Now here is where you can add some really fun and quirky facts about yourself if you like. For example, if you don't have 400 black coffees, if you have 700, you can change your number and it will automatically change it here. Completely up to you if you want this. If you want more facts, you can change the column settings. So this button here changes columns. Say you want 4, change it from 3 to 4, and then take this last one, duplicate it, move it across, and you have another fact. You can change this. How many cats do you have? 14? There you go. Automatically loads it. I mean, if you have 14 cats, you might have some problems, but you know. And say 4's too many, 3's too many, you just want 2. Again, you change it 2 and just press the little bin button on the others, and there you go. Or maybe you don't want any at all, just bin the entire section here, and there you go. Just a nice little about fact. So we also have some service things here, which you can put whatever you like depending on how many services you have. You can change the columns again, add a few more. Say you have 6 and you don't want to put 6 in a row. If you duplicate this section, it will add another below it. So 1, 2, 3, and you can have 4, 5, 6 there. These icons are just placeholders for whatever you like. So say instead of this coffee, we'll go to the settings on it and we go to image and icon. You can switch that off and upload an image here. So say I just want to put a picture. There we go. Or if I do want to use an icon, I can turn it on and there's automatically this whole choice of icons here. So maybe I want a shopping cart instead. I click on it and it just pulls it through. No problem. You'll also notice when we're not in the visual builder, these hover a different color. So the easiest way to change these is if you just hover over it, there's a little blue paintbrush here, which is kind of getting cut off here a little bit. But say I click on that, I can edit my icon. So my icon color, I can make it this kind of grayish color if I want. Or in fact, I'll keep it white and we'll change the circle. So the circle will have the dark color, but there's also the option of hover. So I can have it hover a blue color when you're kind of on it. So you can flick and see kind of what it will look like here. But then when you come off it and you come out of the builder, that's when it'll really work, because it won't work when you hover over it in the builder. Again, you can change your links on your buttons. Here is where, this is a WooCommerce section, so you won't be able to edit the products here from here. However, if you go to the settings of it, it's shown here to show your 3 best-selling products over 3 columns. So I think I've only imported 3 sample products here. But for example, you can change it to 4 columns and show 4 products. And you won't see it here because there's only 3 products, but you can see how it's shrunk so a 4th one will fit in there. So if you want to show 4 on your homepage, that's fine. If you want to show 2 over 2 columns, that's also fine. Whatever really takes your fancy here, as you can see they resize for it, so it's completely up to you. If you don't want to show your best-selling products and you want to show your latest ones, product category, order by newest to oldest. There we go. So you can show it by category, or you can just recent products, newest to oldest, and then they will show up there, the most recent ones you've added. Completely up to you. So for your contact form, you'll notice this highlights green, the whole section of it. Everything's green. If we go up here, things are kind of gray. This is because this is a global canvas. So what that means is if I edit something here, it will edit on my contact page and wherever else I have my contact form. So this is great for linking up my contact form. So the first thing you really want to do with this is go to your settings and scroll down to email and add your email in here. Because if you don't have an email in there, your contact form will lead to nowhere. You need an email there so people, when someone fills it in, it actually goes somewhere. So once I put my email in there and someone sends an email through, it will go through to my email. So you might want to put your email in there, save it, and then test it just to make sure. The same with your social media links here. You go to the settings and I go to Facebook and I can change my social networks. Say I'm not on Facebook, say I want Skype instead. It will come up the brand colors, but you just go to background, click on it and set it to whatever color you want that icon to be. So once we have that, you want your account name for it. So your Skype link, your Facebook link, your Instagram link, whatever you want. And sometimes there's action buttons. So if they click on that, it will call you, it can chat to you, whatever. Skype's probably a bad one to show you for starters. But yeah, so Instagram link, you put your account link and you change your background. There you go. And you can do that for all of them. And you can add as many as you like in here so you can get them all there. So again, there's a colored background here. If you want to change it, just click on the blue section, background, and different color. There you go. So I think that's pretty much everything on how to change the home page. There's a few things I want to go over in the background with you as well. So for example, the logo up here, it says Pixie. I'll show you where to add that and your color palette that's showing up when you go to change things. So I just want to come out of this and save it. And I'm going to go back to our dashboard. And if we scroll down to where it says Divi. So let's click on here. And once it loads, you will see the first thing you're met with when you scroll down is logo. So this is for your logo file. So what you do here is you go to upload, you upload your file for your logo, it will appear in your media library like this, and then you click on it and you say set as logo. So I'm just going to put this picture because I don't have another logo file. Here's also where you can set your colors that show up on your palette. So for example, if I had bright purple in my branding, I'm just going to create this right now. So there we go. I've added that. You can change these colors, set them to whatever you like. And I'm just going to scroll all the way down. Please ignore this code and press save. If you, just a note, if you touch this code, it will mess with your website. So I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to refresh it. And you can see my logo's changed to our next picture now. And if I enable my visual builder and we go to our buttons, once it loads, here we go. I can hover over them, press my settings, go here, and if I go to my buttons, you'll see I have another background color. So for example, let's make my background purple. And there we go. There's also an option for hover and all kinds of stuff, but you'll find more things like this in the more in-depth videos. So there we go. We've added our branding purple and we've added our new logo. And you can do that throughout the whole website. You can change your background colors, whatever you like, just so it matches your brand and you have everything perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna discard those changes. So a little note about a few other things on this website. So for example, for your products, if we go to your store, you will see that we have a few products in here. So we have 3 right now. If you click on them, you'll be able to see more details about them and you can add them to your cart. You've got your descriptions of them, all kinds of things. So how do you add new ones to your website? If you go to your dashboard and you'll see WooCommerce and products underneath. So we just go to products and we click on it. And then we click, you'll see your existing products here. If they're in stock, the price of them, you can add them to categories, you can put stock keeping units in for them, whatever you like. So we're just gonna go to add new. And then here we will be able to update or add in any information you like. So you can add your product title here, your product description here. If you wait for it to load, it should give you more information Here you go. Yeah, so your product title, you can have a product description. You can change your product type here, simple, grouped, affiliate, variable, virtual, downloadable, whatever you like. Your price, your sale price, you can schedule sales in, whatever you like really. Shipping, you can add that in. You can put them in categories, you can add your product images, any gallery images you want, and your short description as well for your product. So your short description is this one that shows up at the top, and your main one is the one that shows up down here. So after you've done that, you just hit publish and your new item will be in your shop right there waiting for you. So I think that's all the details I would like to go over here. Oh no, portfolio. We're going to go over your portfolio as well. So your portfolio, this is where you can use this to show off some images, all kinds of stuff. So if you click on here, it will tell you the shortcode related to your portfolio wasn't found in your database. That's because it's not pulled through the sample one from GridKit, which is the plugin that's set up to run here. So if we go back to your dashboard and we go GridKit and click on it, it's set to pull up the first gallery you create. So if I click on Add Gallery and Sample, and I add some pictures to it. So I'm just going to add these for, no, I'll add these to it. There we go. So it's pulled them all through. You can give them titles, links that they link to, and you click on them, descriptions, whatever you want. But I'm just going to hit save for that. There we go. So now if I refresh it, it should have pulled through my portfolio images that I've just added to my first gallery. There we go. So as you can see, it's pulled through a few of them. You can click on them, it shows you them, just whatever you like really.